It's time for WFO Radio NHRA Nitro. Here's your host, Joe Costello.
Pro Stock Motorcycle debuts at the 51st Amalie Motor Oil NHRA Gatornationals. The East Coast opener is where Pro Mod, Factory Stock Showdown, and the bikes debut. Factory Stock Showdown, we've got a whole special podcast for that. It's called Factory Stock Podcast. It's available on Apple Podcast and Spotify. It's available on SoundCloud, and you can find it on those things. Just search Factory Stock Podcast. The Pro Stock bikes, we got Angie Smith on this show. You're going to hear Angie talk about her DENSO motorcycle, Matt Smith Racing, and her plan for the 2020 season. And I'm telling you right now, I believe Angie is going to end up in the winner's circle maybe more than once, because what we have seen with the evolution of that bike over the past couple of years. We're going to hear from Angie just a couple of seconds from now. If you're a fan of Angie, we ask you to share the show. Copy the link, paste the link, share it on Twitter, retweet it, that kind of stuff, because we want as many people to hear this one as possible. Why? Well, the folks at DENSO support Angie, and we want to get the word out. Good job, DENSO, supporting Angie and Matt and the bikes. I'm so happy to have the bikes back. I had started out as someone that wasn't that into the bikes early on, and I have evolved as a person, and now I miss them when they're not there. Not just the bikes themselves, but the people and personalities. We'll be talking about it seconds from now. But first, I want to name check our sponsors. We talked about Angie's sponsor. I want to talk about our sponsor, Total Seal Piston Rings, the leader in ring seal technology. Maybe you're an engine builder out there, and you work on bracket engines or stock eliminator engines, and you've got a long-time relationship with a ring provider, and it's always worked for you, and that's great. But what we've been learning on the Hidden Horsepower by Total Seal podcast is sometimes you got to break out of your comfort zone and try something new. I'd recommend getting a set from Keith Jones at Total Seal. Call him 800-874-2753. Something else about Total Seal, I know we've got people that are not engine builders out there. Piston rings are used in so many different applications. Air compressors is one. Tractor engines, just a perfect example. Total Seal will take on the jobs that other companies will not. A perfect example is, a tractor that hasn't been in production for a long time and all the factory parts are pretty much gone, and you need a piston ring or a run of piston rings. Maybe you're a distributor and you need a run of piston rings for a certain tractor. Total Seal will make the rings. They'll do it. They do custom jobs like that, which I think is really amazing, and I was happy to learn that. So from stock eliminator to air compressors to Formula One, Total Seal fits the rings, totalseal.com. Samtech.edu, speaking of sponsors that we do a podcast for, I already mentioned the Samtech.edu Factory Stock Showdown. How about the Samtech.edu Factory Stock Podcast? Really, though, it's just to convince the young folks out there that a career in motorsports or engine building, something they're passionate about, is possible, and also give them the core education that they need. 713-683-3817. They're located in Houston, Texas. Judd, Linda, Brian, the family has put together such a great school, so accredited, and once you graduate, their connections accept their graduates. A perfect example, John Kazi Racing Engines. Kazi, a guest on a future Hidden Horsepower by Total Seal. I asked him, what's your recommendation to the next generation of engine builders? Kazi's go to Samtech, which was funny and appropriate. When I bring on sponsors to the show, the most important thing for me is that they be really good at what they do. Number one, attaching my name, WFO's name, telling you guys about someone, talking about it before the interview. They better be good at what they do. And that just drove it home to me. When Kazi said Samtech is a good way to do it, I thought, man, that tells you you're doing it right. So if you're a young person out there or have a young person out there who's passionate about automobiles and mechanical things, samtech.edu, 713-683-3817. Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, I've been burning your ears about me doing the Dragster Adventure. Why don't you do it too? And we'll compare our racing over the course of the season. They're traveling all around the country. They go out to California. They're going to be in Woodburn. They're going to be everywhere with the Dragster Adventure. Or maybe you want to learn how to drive an alcohol funny car so you can say you went faster than me. That's what it's going to take, by the way, because I got a 7-second ET slip somewhere in a drawer, and I was driving So how about that? Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School. You won't be going 7-second ETs, but you will be going 130 in the quarter mile, which is way fast for someone who's never felt that experience. FrankHawley.com. And finally, RodaxCoffeeandGrills.com. Marvin Rodax, hot sauces and spice rubs, everything good. Outdoor kitchens. If you're in Texas, you should definitely get your barbecue, outdoor kitchen, your ceramic grill from Marvin. He's a great guy. Coffee, hot sauce, spice rub, it's all good. Plus MagicDryUS.com. Drag Racing Edge Magazine and EV3 Drag Racing. Great stuff. All helping out WFO. But now, let's get into it. Joining us now, she has been running a Pro Stock motorcycle for a while, and she is also a fan favorite looking to get another Wally here in 2020. And I'm going out on a limb right now saying it definitely happens. Angie Smith on WFO. Angie, welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Joe. It's been a little bit since I've been on here, and I need to make on the Tuesday win after we win a race. That's the show that I want to be on.
I know it is. But at the same time, as I scan which Pro Stock motorcycle personality I should have on prior to the Gatornationals, there's the usual suspects. And then there's someone that I feel like is going to have a breakout year, and that is you. Just the way things evolved last year and the way the whole program has been going on, stabilizing what's going on, figuring out with the bikes, the power, all of that. I just see you having a really good year, and I want to get ahead of it, Angie. I don't want to be just inviting you on after you win. I want you to remember us after you've won.
I will. I definitely will. You'll get a shout out for this one because I think we're gonna put it in the winner's circle too this year. We've learned a lot. I feel like every season you go in, you're like, okay, we have to win races. We have to do this. I feel like last year was a big learning year in many aspects of our program. And I think this year, you're really going to see me shine.
Well, I am looking forward to it. And apart from you personally, I think it would be great for you to have a strong year. I really feel like Angel's going to have a strong year. And to start mixing up the faces a little bit of the dominance we have seen, Andrew Hines or Eddie Craywick or your husband Matt or Jerry Savoy or, let's add some faces to the people who are winning on a regular basis. And you guys do such a great job with engaging your fans. They love you. I think that will make Pro Stock Motorcycle even more interesting.
I agree. And, with Karen winning last year, us girls, we just got to go in there and we got to knock these boys out. And I'm not saying that Pro Stock Motorcycle needs to be all girls. That's not what I'm saying. But, we do really good. We have strong numbers in females in Pro Stock Motorcycle. And we need to put these bikes in the winner's circle to show all them boys what we can do.
Well, exactly. So I want to talk about the program. I want to talk about you had some January testing, but let's talk about what is most important first. A lot of our listeners and a lot of your social media followers maybe are listening and have noticed that you've been posting about, basically dealing with an illness in the family with your father. So, how's that going? Is he okay? And let's make no mistake, racing comes second when we're talking about something serious like this.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. My daddy got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in January. And, a lot of my fans know my dad because he comes to several of the races throughout the year. And a lot of my fellow racers know him as well. I feel like he is my biggest fan. He's my biggest supporter. He pushes me. And every single day I'm at the racetrack, he sends me a message. Good luck, be careful, be safe, and go get him. And he got diagnosed with pancreatic cancer in January. His surgery was on Monday to remove the cancer. They were very successful in the surgery. They got all the cancer, and they did send some lymph nodes and blood vessels and things like that for testing to make sure everything was good. The doctor was very positive on the outcome of the surgery, and he did not have any lymph node involvement, did not have any blood vessel involvement. And in the cancer world and health world, that is a true blessing. And he is getting out of ICU today. He'll be in the hospital for probably 6 or 7 more days. But he is in good spirits. We're trying to keep him positive, and, we're going to beat this, and we're going to beat this together. And I know he will be logged into the Gatornationals this weekend just to see how we do. And I know he's going to want to be there, but I know he will be watching every single thing on NHRA TV.
Wow, that is great. And thank goodness for NHRA.TV as they continue to evolve that for exactly moments like this, right? The family member who is gone and been going and wants to be there, can't go for some sort of reason, they can still be there relative. So that's got to put you at ease a little bit going into this first race of the season. We have seen the Gatornationals is just such a great race in that the weather is still really good. You can run really quick. So tell us about your strategy for the start of the season. Memory serves me right. There's still that DENSO money for 200 mile per hour hanging out there. That's been something you've been thinking about. Just give me the Matt Smith Racing, Angie Smith side of it, pre-race as you get ready for the start of the season.
So during the off season, we've been a little bit behind the eight ball. Just waiting on parts that, we've been waiting on for quite some time. We have got them all in, and we're constantly building motors and things like that. We decided to go testing in January, and we really wanted to focus on my bike. I really struggled. I ran really good last year, but I really struggled in the 60-foot department. And when you get 640 pounds moving, when you get it moving quicker, you're going to run quicker. And that was our main focus in testing. We took two motorcycles down there, me and Matt's bike. I tested for 2 days. He tested for 1 day. We made 18 passes, and I am here to say that we got my bike 60-footing. I was 60-footing within really close to numbers that he was, and I'm very happy with that. Last year, we struggled. I was 3 and 4 numbers behind him. And yes, I would run big speed and I would run good ETs, but not to the potential that I know this team is capable of. And when we got this problem fixed, I am 100% confident that I'm going to go down to Gainesville and I'm going to run this season. And I think we're going to have the best season we've ever had this year and just having that confidence, knowing that when we go out there and drop the clutch and my bike's going to 60 foot, that gives you more momentum as a rider to do better. So I'm excited for Gainesville. I wish it was like right now. I wish we were going to the lanes right now.
Wow.
But I'm really, really excited.
That's tremendous, and that's what you got to have. You got to have confidence. We talk about it all the time that pro stock motorcycle is a category where you have to be very close to perfect. You can destroy the run. You can lose a race. You can catch a break too. Don't get me wrong. We've seen that over the years. But the stars have to align, and you have to have your A game all the time to go through those guys I mentioned earlier, right? Like that's another thing is it's a category that's littered with some of the greats. Just think about the Harley guys, Eddie and Andrew. Think about Jerry. Think about your husband. Think about, the Hector Arana family, senior and junior. These guys are no joke. Right? Angel's out there. Nobody is a joke. You got to go through them if you're going to win.
You do. And it is probably one of the toughest competition that we have to this day. I mean, I remember when I started back in 2008 and you had a good quality 6 or 7 bikes that were battling for that top spot. But I feel like now you have 16 motorcycles that show up and that are battling for that top spot. And that is how close and tight everything is in pro stock motorcycle. I'm glad to be a part of it. And I can truly say that it has made me such a better rider because every single mistake you make, you might as well just abort the run and try again because it is that close in pro stock motorcycle. It's a highly competitive class. We're all competitive amongst each other. And, I'm ready to go to see how we stack up, but I think we're going to be pretty good. I think you're going to see a lot of DENSO this year.
Well, and I was just about to mention DENSO in that I can't forget the pre-DENSO era with you and Matt. Know what you're doing, know how to do it. So many moments where you thought this is the stable sponsor that we needed that's going to help us focus on what's most important to winning races, which is the on-track stuff. only to have some sort of bizarre, and I've said this speech that I'm making everybody like several times over the years, like you guys thought that this was going to be the stable sponsor that was going to enable you to focus on racing so you could go out there and win races, and then some silliness falls apart or they disappear or just craziness. DENSO has been that sponsor for you. Lisa from DENSO has been, it appears, adopted into your family and your team. I know you got Mark Stockseth. You got others that have been so invested in making sure that you guys know you're going to be at the track and that you can focus on getting the bikes down the track, taking on clients, working on, customer bikes, et cetera, like Scotty Polachek last year, et cetera. Talk a little bit about how that has changed the way you guys go to the racetrack, having a stable partnership that cares about how you're doing.
It's very comforting to know that you have a sponsor like DENSO that is behind you 100%. It's also very comforting knowing that they are involved in your racing program. Lisa comes to the track. She's highly involved in our program. We give her feedback on products that we use. It is a very, very good relationship that we have. And I am entering my third year with DENSO, and I could not be more blessed to have them. It speaks volumes about what kind of company that they are and what kind of team we are. And it works. Our partnership works, and I feel like they're very happy with us. We're very happy with them. And, that's something that we don't have to think about. We don't have to worry about going out and finding sponsors and, doing the marketing stuff and things like that and trying to look at other avenues because DENSO has been so loyal to us. We also have Mark Stockseth. He has been a partner from ours from day one. We actually got a brand new trailer this year. We've never had a brand new one. And I will have to say that we got a brand new one this year. And it has been a job to change everything over. But our brand new trailer is absolutely beautiful. And I can't wait. You'll have to come over and check it out. But it's very nice. And we can't thank Mark Stockseth enough. He really thought we needed one, and he was like, hey, I'm going to get you guys a trailer, and that's what happened.
I got to know Mark for the first time last year. Like, we occupied the same space many times, but, like, actual conversations and getting to know him and asking a couple of questions, like, man, why are you doing this, right? Like, why are you could be doing anything. Yeah. What are you doing this for? And to see his passion. He helps a lot of racers out there. People don't realize he's got his hand on a couple of different programs just because he loves it. That's it, because he loves these cars and loves the people involved.
He does, and he's such a remarkable person, and he doesn't get to come to all the races, but, when he does, we have a good time. And I think you guys kind of like officially met and got to speak when Matt won Vegas last year in our pits, and I think that's when it happened. And, he helps the elite team, he helps our team, and he helps a couple other people out there, and we're so blessed to have all these people involved because it truly takes every single one of our sponsors to make this whole deal happen. If, they are very important to us, and you have to put all these people together, and you have to figure out what ways all of these people can work together. And we have found a way that it works, and it's a true blessing to have the team that we have right now.
Amazing stuff. All right, tell me about the layout of the team. Same as last year, obviously you and Matt, the DENSO flagships. Scotty Polachek, is he back on one of your bikes as well?
Yes, Scotty is back full-time with a sponsor of Strutmasters. And also, we have, and I think you know this, Chip Ellis is coming to ride for us in Gainesville. So that's going to be a treat for everyone. A lot of people love Chip Ellis, and I love Chip. He is an amazing ambassador for our sport. He is an amazing person. He is full of knowledge, and I feel like, sometimes when Matt gets overwhelmed, I think Chip is a good person that can just give a different insight of how things are going. And, I'm honored that he's going to come and ride one of our bikes in Gainesville, and so we're going to have a lot of fun.
What do you think about that? Like guys like Chip Ellis, who I was unaware, and then I scrolled down to the on the entry list, and I see, Matt Smith Racing. Okay, cool. The guys like Chip, right, that are universally loved. There are a few, and he is one. I do not know of a person that has a negative thing to say about Chip for whatever reason. Obviously, the way he lives his life.
He is a good guy. And, we're blessed to have him just a couple miles down the road from us. And, he's did some things, fabricating some things for us over the off season, and he's helped out. And Matt was picking his brain about, what we were going to do about the fourth bike. And he said, well, let's just get Chip to come ride it. And we did, and we put this deal together. Actually, this deal got put together 2 days ago, honest to God.
Wow. Quite a fabricator, Chip Ellis, as well. So that's exciting. You got Scotty, you got Chip. Obviously, you and Matt, you guys are rolling out in force. The start of the season, 51st Amalie Motor Oil NHRA Gatornationals. Pro Stock Motorcycle going to be back on track. And to me, the season is now started after Gainesville. Love Pomona, love Arizona, but we don't have all of our racers involved in some way. Once Gainesville hits, all of our racers are involved in some way, and it's going to be very exciting. Angie, thank you very much for giving us a little Matt Smith racing preview. You and Matt, I didn't ask you a lot about Matt because I'm just kind of confident that Matt's going to be Matt in his typical win a bunch of races and contend for the championship self.
I told him he was going to win a couple less, only because I was going to win a few. That's my new motto, and he just looks at me and laughs.
Oh, I love that. That would be so great for you to go out there and hammer him a couple of times.
I told him, I said, if I win, I said, you still win because I'm on your team and I'm your wife. So it's happy wife, happy life. That's what I've always been told, right?
Yes. But really, though, let's focus in on this just for a second. Because, like Reinhardt's got his thing that he says about, Matt Smith beat his wife and that little jokes. You need to rip his throat out is what you need to do. You need to go up there and show no mercy at all and crush him. And that will be the most fun thing for us all to watch.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's probably going to happen. And I'm going to tell you why. We tested a lot of different clutches last year during the season. And I think you would probably remember this. In 2018, I led the whole entire Pro Stock Motorcycle class in reaction time. We're going back to that clutch, and my lights were beautiful in testing. And if my bike's been 60 foot this year, we're going for it, Joe.
Get ready. All right, you heard it here first, everybody. Angie Smith to the front. Angie, thank you so much. Good luck in Gainesville. I'll see you out there. Thanks for coming on WFO Podcast.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angie. Angie Smith with us here on WFO Radio. And, I scan up and down the entry list, and I think about who would be a great interview, and I think that Angie Smith is one of our big personalities. And she won a race, but wouldn't it imagine, just take a second to imagine a season where Angie wins 3 races, or Angie and Angel battle a few times in a final round. Like, what could we do with that? What could we do with that? That would be so much fun to watch. And, Eddie and Andrew and Jerry and the Aranas, and we've got, the usual suspects. But I really think, and maybe I'm wrong, but I really think, Matt Smith, of course, that this is going to be a year for a breakout of a couple of more contenders in Pro Stock Motorcycle. So we will see. Good luck to Angie and that team and Matt. And also, they listen to WFO. And they might be listening right now, and I know their friends are listening. And I just forget the audience, guys. Hey, thank you for being listeners, for listening, for supporting for a long time now. WFO has been going for a long time. And Angie and Matt Smith, there's a lot of people that help us out, and I appreciate all of them. And but we're talking about Angie and Matt Smith right now. They have been nothing but kind and wonderful the whole time, the whole way, from the very beginning, from my XM satellite radio days. With knowledge, with information, with stories. They have been great, and I appreciate that. And there's no way I would be still doing this without, good, wonderful people like Matt and Angie. Angie in particular. No offense, Matt. Just kidding. I think you agree, and there you have it. All right, good stuff. Archive is loaded. Frank Hawley's Drag Racing School, samtech.edu, Total Seal Piston Rings, MagicDryUS.com, and RoadAxeCoffeeandGrills.com, all helping out. Drag Racing Edge Magazine, Johnny D, going to be on the show this week. He did an article about podcasts and podcasting. Got to have him on about that, right? Pick up the one with Rampy on the cover. It says, "Hail to the champs." Go there and subscribe. All right, here's how you get the stickers. Send a self-addressed stamped envelope to Castello Media /WFO Stickers, P.O. Box 848-353, Pembroke Pines, Florida 33084. And you send an envelope with stamp on it already. 2, if you want more stickers, to me. Put your own address on it, and then I will open the one envelope. Am I making this too confusing? I had a person tell me that they didn't understand what self-addressed stamped envelope was. I thought that was very common knowledge. This will be a test, right? If you can't figure it out, you don't get the stickers. It's like some form of natural selection. IQ test. Self-addressed stamped envelope. Google it. There it is. And we got more WFO to come. Be ready. The archive is loaded.
This is WFO Radio.
I love WFO Radio. Oh, yeah.
The views and opinions of the hosts, guests, or callers do not necessarily reflect that of the station ownership, advertisers, or agencies.
Attention adrenaline junkies, Frank Hawley's Dragster Adventure is calling you. Rides available for the 2020 season. Go to frankhawley.com. They're coming to a track near you. It makes a great gift, and you know the holidays are coming, whether it be licensing for super comp, super gas, all the way up to top alcohol, they can do it. But if you're a drag racing fan and you've always imagined what it might be like to drive a dragster, to accelerate 0 to 60 in 3 seconds and run 10s in the quarter mile, give them a call. 866-480-7223, frankhawley.com, the Dragster Adventure, and tell them you heard it on WFO. You're working in the shop, you've got spills, you've spilled oil, it's everywhere. What are you going to do? I know what you're going to do, but that's not the best way to do it. The best way to do it is to go to magicdryus.com and order the official organic absorbent of the National Hot Rod Association, Magic Dry. It's lighter, it absorbs more, it's better for the environment. It's made out of coconut. It's made in America. magicdryus.com. They've got spill kits that include everything you need for a regular, normal household spill, all the way up to a large industrial spill. We always say, if you've got a cat, get Cat Spot. If you've got a shop, if you've got a factory, if you've got a spill, call Magic Dry. That's magicdryus.com.
Start your education at full speed with the School of Automotive Machinists and Technology. Accelerate your career as a high-performance engine builder with classroom instruction and practical hands-on experience in the lab, on the dyno, and at the track. In addition to the blockhead and CNC programs, SAM now offers motorsport, EFI tuning, and an Associates of Applied Science degree. And SAM is a military-friendly school, approved to train veterans and other eligible persons under the GI Bill. Start your education at full speed. Go to samtech.edu today.
We're talking gourmet coffee, we're talking hot sauces, we're talking spice rubs, we're talking everything good at RodakCoffeeandGrills.com. Marvin Rodak, been doing it since the 70s, figured out that life is better with great coffee, and oh, he's so right. 817-924-6821. Call Marvin. He'll roast up some coffee fresh for you. Throw in some hot sauce, some spice rub, and you will be loving it. Hit him up, RodakCoffeeandGrills.com. Hey, engine builders, Total Seal piston rings are the leader in ring seal technology, and they go out of their way to help their customers and will make custom sets for any specific piston you might have. Customer service, top notch. Made in America? Absolutely. They're located in Phoenix, Arizona, and they've got everything it takes to develop the world's best piston rings. Give them a call at 800-874-2753 or go to TotalSeal.com.
Hey, this is Kathy Fisher. Join Joe Costello and myself every Sunday morning on Motor Trend for Performance TV, 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We'll see you then.
This is WFO Radio.